At COSI, we know science is everywhere. Explore Columbus with me and let's find some evidence. Hey Sarah, it's Lauren from COSI.
Hi Lauren, how are you? What are you up to?
We're here at Agni, about to meet the chef.
Oh my gosh, I love Agni, and Avishar Barua is one of my favorite chefs in Columbus. We have such an amazing food scene here, so many cool chefs, but Avishar specifically is a Columbus native, and he was recently on Top Chef season 18, and he's opened 2 new restaurants, including Agni and Joya in the last 6 months.
He uses so many science techniques in his cooking methods. We gotta go in there and check it out. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could go. Please tell Avishar I said hi, have fun.
See ya.
Hi, I'm Avishar Barua. I'm the chef owner at Agni and Joya here in Columbus, Ohio.
Can you tell us a little bit about your restaurants here?
Sure. I would say they're science-inspired, fun restaurants that have a Buckeye heritage. We have 2 restaurants. One is a fun daytime cafe, and then one of them is, we call it a seriously fun dining experience. So get to get rid of all your decisions and just trust us for a day.
Where did you get your inspiration for these 2 restaurants?
My inspiration came from just going around and experimenting, honestly. I always ask why, and it seemed like there was a lot of whys as to why both these restaurants should exist in Columbus.
Yeah, the big why question. I feel like we get that a lot with a science background is what's your why? What is the why? So you have a background in science. Can you tell me a little bit about when science and food came together, when you passed that intersection?
Science kind of helped me learn. A lot of people are good at memorization. I'm good at asking questions, I think. It helps me understand. A lot of what we do is questioning out of curiosity, skepticism, and trying to push the limit through that. It's a lot of fun to see how far you can go with just questions.
So when did food come in? Because your science is back there. When did you start being like, wow, food and science, they could work together?
I was going to The Ohio State University to get a degree in biology and psychology under the pre-med pathway. I did not have a lot on hand, but I did find joy in bringing my roommates and friends joy by burning things on accident.
So how does science influence your work as a chef now?
Science is the basis of what we do every day. There's never a time we can kind of unscience. We don't just take anything as like a dogma or we question a lot. And the most important thing that we ask our staff is just always ask why. The curiosity can take you to really cool places. A lot of what we do is recognized because it's novel, it's unique, and the only way you can get there is by asking why.
So Avishar, I'd love to see how these dishes are made firsthand. Are you willing to show me?
Yes, I think the scientific mind should inquire. Let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, so we made it to the lab, the kitchen.
Yes.
What do we have going on over here?
Well, we are in the Buckeye state, right? So it would only make sense that we end our meals with
A Buckeye.
Yeah, so it starts with this base, this ice cream base actually. We've made it not using any dairy. So peanut has a lot of fat, right? So we can use peanut oil, we can use peanut butter, and peanut powder, and a little bit of tapioca starch to give us the viscosity we need and make an ice cream base out of whatever we want.
Wow.
So 100% peanuts. So we'll take a little bit of this, just 1 spoon. And we can see the viscosity is very, very important. More viscosity, less ice crystals, smoother ice cream, right? The overrun that we're gonna be doing is gonna make this actually into a gelato more than an ice cream.
Doesn't freezing take a long time to do in a freezer?
It normally does, but what if you had something that you find a lot in the atmosphere that would chill it down very, very fast?
I see some familiar things bubbling in this cooler here.
I think we do. I think you know what's next then.
Time to pour some liquid nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen. I was always told as a child, safety first. So we want to make sure we have an appropriate thing. We want an appropriate transfer vessel. Secondly, we want to make sure we don't get any splashes. You don't want to freeze your eyeballs, so don our goggles, right? So I'll move over here.
Let's get mixed.
I'll pour and you can mix. Of course, at the beginning, it's going to seem like a lot's going on, and that's going to be our phase change. There we go. I like to add it gradually, just like tempering a custard, so to speak. It'll add the air as we need. And you're going to be able to feel when it starts to feel like ice cream.
Oh yeah, it's getting a little bit more stiff.
Yeah. That's our consistency. There we go. We're going to use the principles of science to use liquid nitrogen to freeze something so cold that it actually thaws in the freezer. And then we have something that's so warm that it freezes in the freezer. So by the time the thing thaws and the thing freezes, you're going to have kind of a liquid center for a hard outside. Pretty cool, right?
Gotta love science.
All right, so this is our ice cream base. You see it's firmed up quite a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go right into here. If it's something that's soft and you want to get it in a nice little shape like a dumpling, you can use a piping bag. You can also use a centrifugal force, so to get this in. And then we're going to get the air out and twist. And we'll push it this way. That. See? Just take your knife. And I am actually right-handed, but boom.
There we go.
Want to try one?
Yes.
So, we go in with our peanut butter cookies. We go in with our chocolate graham crackers. We have a solid behaving like a liquid, right?
Yeah.
Already in motion, and we're going to pour our brown butter.
Wow.
Does it taste like cookie?
It does taste like a cookie.
Yeah. So we have our ice creams here, and what we're going to do with this is right now it's very, 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 very cold. We want it to temper just a bit. So let's see what happens.
Aha.
We're gonna go right into there, like that. And if we did it right, it sticks just enough to create some craters.
There we go.
Yeah. You want to try it?
Yes. I had a really good teacher. In. Out. In.
Nice. So we have these tempered ones, which is cool.
Yes.
How often do you get to warm stuff up in the freezer?
I don't.
Give that one a shot. You can eat this one. Yeah, go for it.
Really good. Buckeye all the way around.
Buckeye, Buckeye, Buckeye. 3 layers of Buckeye.
Delicious.
Yep, it's one of the last bites we receive at our restaurant. Every single guest gets one, unless you have a peanut allergy, and then we actually make an alternative one.
Avishar, thank you so much for walking me through the process. It was really cool to see how you transformed the Buckeye.
Thank you so much for being here. It seems like next time you're gonna have to make all these.
Yeah, I'll be here next
You're hired.
All right, well, it just goes to show whether you're in the kitchen or in the lab, science really is everywhere. Thanks for joining us on Science Tour 614.